Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the FV304. It's the Tier 6 British SPG. This one's located on the north spawn of Lakeville, and it's under the command of a fingernail clipping. And I think you can see there's 3 marks of excellence on the barrel of that 4.5-inch howitzer. Game on! Well, yes, you've seen many games with fingernail clipping in the butt, and he's rather good at it, which is why, of course, he has 3 marks of excellence. And he's aiming his howitzer down the Lake Road. The AMX-13 FL11's going down there for a quick look. It's a Tier 6 game with Tier 5 tanks in it. He's dialing in on that spot, and somebody's just knocked the fences down. So he knows there's somebody there at this moment. Well, there's somebody who obviously took a hit there because the fences went down. Normally somebody sits there through those bushes, and he's fired another round in just to wake up whoever's there. Okay, he's pulling back. Can't see any other fences knocked down. Not at the moment, at least. Yep. Okay, so he's done a quick shoot into the area. Still looking for more clues as to where the enemy might be. Fires another one in, and no joy, so he's decided to pull away. Now, the boat never actually got made. Well, supposedly made one prototype in 1950. Designed in 1947, it was a post-war effort to produce a standardized artillery vehicle based on the standard fighting vehicles that the British were producing at the time. Good shot on the KV-85, tracked him. Rounds out. Another direct hit. That KV is obviously suffering. Standard reload is 12.94 seconds, but he's got the reload down to 10.12. It's got 450 alpha, and it will penetrate 28mm of armor. A lot of these tanks are a lot heavier. Oh, you can see there, the IKV that he actually hit took a severe hit to the front of the vehicle. And that tank, I think that's the KV-85 actually, who was backing up there, was also taking big hits. And he's just killed him with the next shot. Yep, KV-85 is out the game. Okay, going for the T-34-85M. Rounds out, going for the engine deck. No, he pulled back. He knew a round was inbound, so he pulled back as quickly as he could. Well, we've got a chance to actually hit that, I think it was a M6 there for a moment. Whoever it was pulled back. There's the AT2. Now, he doesn't seem so worried because, of course, he's got lots of armor, but armor can be overcome by HE, and that's 156 hit points that he's missing. Can we get another shot? Rounds out. And it's a kill shot at that. The T-34-85M is back. Lining it up. Rounds out. Good shot. 210 from that one. He's doing much better than the Gorilla on his team. And another kill. So that's 3 kills now for a fingernail clipping. And you notice how he did it. He was actually shooting over the side of that rock. Nobody could actually see him. And I doubt that the enemy Arty would have been able to get at him. Enemy Arty were an M44 and an M41 HMC. So even though they're both 155mm howitzers, I think they would have had difficulty trying to get the shell over that rock face. Okay. I think, well, there's a box tank somewhere down there. You can see an SU-100Y. We've lost the tank that was actually guarding the Lake Road. And we can see that our guys in the town are starting to fall like flies. This is not good. So we're going to try and get a shell on that Leopard, but it's fairly difficult. He's decided to get closer. Unfortunately, he's moving forward as he's driving, and he's not looking correctly whilst he's driving. So that's why he's trying to aim and also look and see. I think we just saw the tracer from one of the Arties behind that rock. So he fired one there. but there is an Arty behind the rock because we saw the tracer coming up from that area. He's trying to get that M6 again. Rounds out. Nope, not going to get it. I'm certain there's an enemy Arty just behind the rock to the right. We'll see the tracer momentarily. He's desperately trying to get a shell on that M6. And things are not going well in the town. He keeps missing. There's the enemy Arty. Yes, he was down there to the left, to the right rather. And the M41, he fires around in, gets a direct hit. And that's his 4th kill of the game. And there's the M6 now, poked his head out, and he's just got a kill on RKV1. And unfortunately, that means now that we're in desperate straits because we've got two tanks in the city and 2 tanks right up at their cap end. But if we don't get rid of these tanks here, then they're not going to be able to capitalize on it. So we really do need to kill that M6. Unfortunately, that's another long shot there. Can't get a shot on the box tank, mainly down to the fact that he's on the other side of the lake road. Can we get a shot? Rounds out. This could be a kill. No, it fell to one side and we've just lost the Type 58. So we're down to 4 tanks left on our team, facing 5 on the enemy team. And he's moving about as he's firing. Oh, and now it's got even worse. The M6 has just killed our Su-85. So if he had killed that M6 earlier, it may have made the difference, but sadly he's got through. The bad news now is they've only got 3 tanks left on their team, facing 5 opponents. So it's all gone pear-shaped. Now, he can hide behind this bush and hopefully get a shot into the enemy as they come over the bottleneck. He's got a 255mm range, and here's the box tank. Fires one in, gets a hit. Now, hopefully the box tank, well, he did see us, unfortunately, and he's still on the move. Now, we're going to see him for a moment later. Oh, well, it looks to me like he's actually chosen to go the short route, the lower route, rather than try and come around our side. Oh, and he missed the shot on the T67 because he couldn't get the aim down. And he's taken another hit. Does a quick spin, a sliding spin. He has to get a shot on target. He does get it, but oh, T67 makes certain with the next shot. And that's it. Game over. Well, that was a really excellent try by Fingernail Clipping, but sadly he couldn't do all the work himself. I'm afraid his team let him down, and he was the last one alive. He got a first-class tanker out of that game, as well as a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 4 exactly. He got a Bruiser Medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 10. And he got the high caliber because he dealt the most damage in that game overall. His win rate was 8,029, which is super unicum and a lot more. But sadly, it's not enough to win the game. He did get the highest damage with 2,170 hit points. The next highest scorer was the box tank on the enemy team. He managed 1,897. And the third highest damage went to the Mitsu 108. And he got 1,647. That M6 that was coming towards him got a Spartan and a Steel Wall. When it came to kills, we can see he also got the highest number of kills in the game. 4 kills to him. 3 kills went to the Mitsu 108, the M6, and 2 kills went to the KB1 and to the box tank, the AMX 12-ton, and the T67. That's the guy that killed him. And when it came to base XP, it's the enemy team come out on top. 895 go to the Mitsu 108. 803 goes to the box tank, and 745 went to the M6. And we can see that the Fingernail Clipping managed to get 479, but that actually puts him way down the table because he's actually below that guy there. That's the 7th place on the enemy team. He had one person above him on his own team, which means he's 9th when it came to base XP in this game, even though he put in a huge amount of effort, because the KV1, well, he was tier 5 and a fingernail clipping was tier 6, so he was top tier, but he was doing most of the work. Anyway, let's have a look at detail. He fired 32 rounds, so he didn't even get through half his ammunition, because you get 75 rounds in the Burt. You got 12 direct hits on the enemy and 2 penetrating shots, 17 splash. Damage of 2,170 hit points, of which 1,830 were at more than 300 meters. I'm pretty certain one of those ones he penetrated was the IKV. Looked like it to me. Yes, it was a penetrating shot. 452 from one penetrating shot. As for the other one, it wasn't the T67, funnily enough, and it wasn't the AT2. It was, in fact, the M41 HMC, the long-range shot that hit the enemy Arty, wiped him out. So, yes, if we go back to the details, we can see he received 3 hits from the enemy. All 3 came from the T67, and that all 3 were penetrations. I'm afraid the armor on this vehicle is diabolically bad. 14 millimeters, the strongest on the hull, and, well, that really won't stop for anything much more than machine gun bullets. 1 enemy vehicle spotted, that was the T67, I think. 8 enemy vehicles damaged, 4 killed, and 2 defense points when he reset the cap with the T67 sitting in it. On a free-to-play account, he actually made 14,597 credits profit on that game, mostly down to the fact, of course, he didn't have to pay for consumables because he pre-bought them, and also because he did a huge amount of damage to the enemy, and because he got the high caliber, he got the Courageous Resistance Award as well, which is supposed to modify your scores to show the fact that you actually did put in enough effort to get a medal, even though you're on the losing team. He also got 762 experience points out of it as well, again, getting the Courageous Resistance. So the first game on this video is a loss, but you know that fingernail clipping does send in lots of replays, so we've got another one to watch. So let's look at that one. The second replay is on the southwest spawn of Outpost. Game on. Ooh, didn't move as quickly as we expected. Well, the Burt actually has the engine up front and the crew at the back, so that's added protection for the crew if they get shot at from the front. This Arty is supposed to be able to get its advantage from being able to move away from the enemy really quickly, or towards them if necessary. It's got a top speed of 72.4 kilometers an hour. Now, this unusual position actually enables him to actually get very close to the enemy as they make their way into the castle grounds. Now, he's actually relying on his teammates to spot the enemy for him. He's found a setter hiding behind the bushes there. Okay, he's just around about there. Tree going down in the background as well. Settled it, fired the round in on the hope that the guy's still there. There is an enemy in range, it's the Comet, and he thinks he's protected from that position, but he's not. We're fully dialing in to try and get an accurate shot on him. Oh, he pulls back. He's well aware that there's an Arty nearby. He got enough advance warning to pull back in time. Firing another one in just in case. That's the good thing about having so many shells in the Burt. 75 shells, which means you do have a few spare just to fire again on the off chance. And of course, you are loaded much quicker than most other Artys. It's only 10 seconds to get another shell on the breach, so you might as well take a chance that he's actually going to still be there. Rounds out. This could be a hit.
That was close.
Yep, he did get it very close. Now, we've got the castle grounds, but at the moment, it's the enemy that are actually getting the advantage because they're shooting at the Tiger up in the castle. Really good shot there. 161. It looks like he definitely tracked him. And the kill shot goes to the Tiger P. Now, we did say that this is quite an unusual position because, of course, you have to get close to the enemy in a short-range Arty. Otherwise, you can't do a huge amount of damage. But look what's happening in the north of the map. The enemy is now coming within range of his howitzer. Even from his advanced position, he's got teammates nearby, so he's relatively safe. But these guys think they're all safe because they're hiding behind rocks. They're not safe. Okay, he's lined up. Round out on the IS. Yep. Gets a few hit points there. Now, just adjusts his firing. Fires the next round in. And only damaged the tracks on that one. Okay, we've got a BZ-58. Nice target. Rounds out. Looks good. Yes, direct hit. And that IS has moved up. We're lining up a shot ahead of his path. Rounds out. Looks good. Direct hit. He's still going to go for the IS again. The IS was stunned. So he's actually giving his teammate in the other Arty some stun assist. You can see those rounds landing on the side of the vehicle. The other Arty on the team is an M44, by the way. Lovely kill. 30 hit points, but it's a kill. Now he's going to tear this AT7 apart. Now he's aiming for the cupola, which of course is the weak spot. Unfortunately, that hits the gun instead. You can see there's a yellow stain around the gun mounts, the mantlets. Fires one at the Juno, gets a hit. They all count. Now the difficulty for the Juno is if he tries to face off against the BZ, he's going to have to pull back. And when he does, that's when he's going to get hit. And fingernail clipping is going to take advantage of him. He's tracked at the moment, but he's now going to take another round. Rounds out. Another direct hit. And he goes down. And he got the track damage off that one as well. Now, engine deck of a KV-1S. He fired behind because he thought the guy was going to pull back. Now, got two tanks together there. I'd go for the KV-1S. It's actually slightly lighter armor, even though the guy's moving about a bit. The AT7 takes a little more to take down. Fires another one in. Oh! Couldn't penetrate. Now, unlike the other RTs, you don't have armor-piercing rounds. You have to do it all with HE with the Burt. You see the last round landed directly on the turret. That would have interfered with the gun, possibly with the, I'd say the loader on that side. And these guys are backing off now. They don't want what's happening to them. They keep getting hit by Arty. And that's another direct hit on the AT7. Transfers the aim over to the KV-1S. Rounds out for the engine deck. Yes! And a good one. 190. He's hammering these guys. Okay, switched over to the BZ. Now, that's a good thing about the Burt. It does have quite a wide arc. 31 degrees either side. Well, not either side. 14 degrees to the left, 17 to the right. Fire blind. Didn't get that one. You can see he's changed position a bit. Now, the Govica is... Yes, he is within view range. In fact, he has been seen, so he's going to have to move now. Otherwise, he could get fired on. The enemy RT in this game is a pair of M44s, and they're more than likely going to try and take it out on him if they can. But he's found a rock in this little area here. Oh, no, enemy RT's trying to get him. In fact, the other RT is trying to get at our teammates towards the south. Now, he needs to get rid of that Cromwell. Close. He's gone into a bit of a cul-de-sac there because he can't get out without getting spotted by our teammates. So he's firing just at the edge. Nope. That was RNG. There he is. Fires the round in and... Oh, so close. Yes, he appears to know how to avoid shells. You have to keep on the move. Rounds out. Well, we've seen the boars going past in the background. Never seen those before. I didn't realise they had boars. Rounds out. Is he going to back in? No, he's not. Well, he's making a run for it back to his own lines. And I think the reason he's doing that is because he's seen the mini-map and he now knows that there's actually quite a large amount of our guys heading towards their camp area. The tanks that we were aiming at before have fallen apart. Nice hit on the Hellcat, 199. Now, can he get this one in the cockpit? If he does, it will wipe out a Hellcat for sure. It's a direct hit. It didn't kill him though. Mark the spot. Rounds out. This could be a kill shot. No, he has moved. Now he's taking a bit of a risk, getting closer to the Hellcat. He's not doing that. He's actually going to cross the lake directly. Ooh. Don't want the Hellcat to spot you. The Hellcat's gone. Just got wiped out by the Super Hellcat, so he's now trying to get closer to the enemy by actually cutting across the field. Okay, the enemy are almost within range. He's trying to hit the M44, at least one of them. He's dialing in. Guy's backing up. Rounds out. Could be a kill shot. Yes! And that's the last kill of the game. And it's a victory. Well, this time round, his teammates didn't muck it up and he got an ace tanker out of it. A fingernail clipping in the FV304 was finally able to do a huge amount of damage from his forward position. Quite a dangerous position, but it worked so well. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 19 and he got a Confederate as well because he hit more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. His win rate in this one slightly lower, 5,044, but it was still a very good game indeed. Let's have a look at team score. Well, we can see the highest damage in this one actually went to the Tiger P, got 2,827 hit points of damage. The second highest damage went to the Govica, who got 2,789. And third highest damage, well, that went to fingernail clipping with 2,160. And of course, the Tiger P didn't get the high caliber because he didn't get 20% of the enemy hit pool. The highest number of kills turned out to be the BZ68. He got 58 rather. Got 4 kills from that one. 3 kills went to the Tiger P and Super Hellcat, and 2 kills went to fingernail clipping, and he was the only one in third place. And when it came to base XP, he's in third place again because the Tiger P managed 1,145, the only one to get over 1,000 base. 995 went to the Bursa, and 934 went to fingernail clipping, just beating the BZ58 with 838. He fired 39 rounds in this game, 18 direct hits on the enemy, 1 penetrating shot. Well, this is going to be a difficult one to predict who got the penetrator. Was it the M44? Yes, it was actually. M44 was very thin armor, so yes, he went straight through it. Everyone else, I mean, he did hit a lot of the enemy with thin skins, but didn't penetrate any of those, funnily enough. He did get 23 splashes on the enemy as well. 2,160 hit points of damage. Would have been a good score from the previous game, actually. And 12 enemy vehicles were damaged, 2 were killed. So there was only 3 enemy vehicles in the entire game that he didn't touch. 500 hit points of damage resistance during that game as well. On a free-to-play account, he actually made 56,369 credits profit from that game. Again, didn't have to pay for consumables, and it bumps up the figures. 934 base XP as well. So all round, it was a much better performance simply because his teammates knew what to do. He was laying the shells in, and they were taking advantage of the situation. And as a consequence, he was racking up the damage. Didn't quite get the high caliber level, but it was still an ace tanker, and you can't deny that. And a nice Confederate as well, with so many of the enemy team taking shells from him. I hope you enjoyed both of those replays. The The first one was a bit of a heartbreak in not having a team that was actually showed up on the day. He was doing all the work and just wasn't getting any results from his teammates. But the second one, that was more like it, and a very good position. Maybe you want to try that one out next time you're on Outpost if you're in the bird, because it might be worthwhile being able to hit the enemy tanks in the town at the same time as trying to hit the enemy tanks right on the south side of the map. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching!